Hello everybody, welcome to another Anatomy and Physiology live stream. How are y'all doing today? Hello. Happy Thursday. How's everyone doing? Welcome into the live stream. We're going over some Anatomy and Physiology 1 today. We're going over what a lot of you have your first exam on. We're going over chapters 1 through 4. We're doing the intro, the A and P for chemistry, cell biology, and tissues today. Hello everybody. I have 60 questions for us for Anatomy and Physiology 1, all through chapters 1 through 4. Hello. I appreciate it for you guys being here. Thank you. My name is Ollie. If you're new, I go live multiple times a week teaching anatomy and physiology, giving you guys practice questions that your professors don't give you enough of. But welcome, I'm Ollie. I'd appreciate it if you guys gave the live stream a like. The more that you guys do like and share the live, the more this gets it out to as many people as possible, so we can help as many people as possible in anatomy and physiology. But hello, welcome in everybody. I'm so happy that you're here. I appreciate it. I love doing these live streams. I try to go live multiple times a week teaching anatomy and physiology. I go live tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That I haven't put together a topic for that. That's kind of dependent on what you guys send me. But thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are awesome. I love doing these live streams. I'll go ahead and get started here in like another minute. There's a couple more people in here now. Welcome in. Like I mentioned, the more that you guys do like and share the live, the more this gets out to as many people as possible, so we can help as many people as possible. Hey AMC, how you doing? Good to see you again. Nice haircut. Thank you. I got it after the live yesterday. But thank you guys so much for being here. I'm Ollie. I go live multiple times a week teaching anatomy and physiology. I'm here to give you guys practice questions that oftentimes your professors don't give you enough of. I am here to make you finally understand and make anatomy and physiology finally make sense. So without further ado, I'll flip the camera around. We'll flip the camera around again at the end of the live to show my face again, say hello, and introduce myself again if you're new. But I have my master's degree in molecular medicine, and I've been tutoring anatomy and physiology for 5.5 years now. And today also we are going over A&P1. I know a lot of people have their first exams coming up. So we're doing chapters 1 through 4. So we're doing intro, chem, cell bio, and then tissues. All right, can we all see the questions? All right. Number 1, perfect. For lecture exam, mainly making sure that you can explain things on your own. It's a lot of physiology. Number 1, the term sphalic refers to which region of the body? A, B, C, or D. If you're new here, all you gotta do is comment what you think the answer choice is. A, B, C, or D. A, B, C, or D for this one. What do you guys think? A, B, C, or D. Thank you guys so much for being here today. There's over 400 of you in here now already. You guys are absolutely fantastic. I really appreciate you guys all being here. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I'm also just going to pull up the comments section as well on my laptop so I don't miss anything. Give me 1 second. I apologize. I forgot to pull it up before I hopped on. Anyway, so number 1, the term sphalic is going to refer to the head region. That is B. It is going to be the head region. Number 2, which organ system regulates body temperature through evaporation? A, B, C, or D? For this one, we're already at 400 likes. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. So I'm just pulling up your comments here. Perfect. Number 2, which organ system is going to regulate body temperature through evaporation? The answer is D. It's the integumentary system. It's our skin. Our skin is going to regulate temperature via the evaporation of our sweat, which you'll get into when you go through the integumentary system. Number 3, the spleen is located in which abdominal quadrant? A, B, C, or D? Holy crap, there's over 800 of you in here now. Welcome. We're also at 1.4 thousand likes. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate all the follows as well. If you're new here, my name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week teaching anatomy and physiology here on TikTok. I'm going live tomorrow again at 2:30 p.m. EST. The registration should be on my profile after this live ends. It'll send you a notification when I go live. Number 3, the answer is C. It is the left upper quadrant. The spleen sits in the left upper quadrant, just under the rib cage. Number 4, which system, I just saw it, my brain. Which system provides nutrients and oxygen to body tissues? A, B, C, or D for this one? What do you guys think? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? A, B, C, or D for number 4? Thank you guys. We're also at 3,000 likes already. Thank you all so much. You guys are crushing the like button. Number 4, the answer is B. It is the cardiovascular system. The cardiovascular system has our heart and our blood vessels to transport oxygen and nutrients to our cells. Number 5, the term axillary refers to which region of the body? A, B, C, or D? The term axillary refers to which region of the body? A, B, C, or D? Also, I do have anatomy and physiology notes on my website if you need some extra help in the class. And I have a practice test library membership where every single practice test that I do on TikTok Live, the blank version and the answer key for you to do on your own is available. If you have any questions about it or one-on-one tutoring, you can send me a DM via Service Plus. I have over 50 tests on there already. There's over 3,500 questions, and I'm going to be adding at least 4 tests a week. This week I'm actually adding at least 6, so it's going to be an ever-growing library of a bunch of practice questions. Number 5, the axillary is going to refer to the armpit area. Your neck is cervical, knee is patellar, or potentially, if you're talking about the back of the knee, it would be the popliteal, and your back is dorsal. Number 6, which of the following is an example of negative feedback? A, B, C, or D? Do I have any on tissues? Yes, I do. It's my chapter 4 notes. Yep. And then I also have some. I have notes for tissues, and then I have a couple practice tests up there for tissues, and then also the integumentary system. But every single A&P1 test has a couple tissue questions. This one is chapters 1 through 4. This one will be uploaded pretty much directly after the live. Over 5,000 likes. Thank you all. Number 6. The answer is A. It is regulation of body temperature. Negative versus positive feedback mechanism. You have to know the difference. Negative acts in opposition. Positive acts to amplify. So regulation of body temperature, your body temperature increases, your body sweats and evaporates, and when that evaporates, it cools your body down. The other ones here, really referring to blood clotting and labor contractions. Action potential is not a feedback mechanism, first of all, but blood clotting is positive feedback. We're increasing the amount of clotting factors to stop bleeding. And then for labor contractions, we have a positive feedback mechanism because labor contractions stimulates oxytocin to increase labor contractions as well. Number 7, which directional term means toward the midline? A, B, C, or D for this one? Also, there's over 600 of you here now. Welcome in, everybody. So nice to have you all. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm Ollie if you're new. Thank you for the rose. I really appreciate it. I'm Ollie if you're new. I go live multiple times a week teaching anatomy and physiology here on TikTok. I go live multiple times a week, like I mentioned. My goal is to make anatomy and physiology finally make sense for you and make sure that you really understand things. But number 7, the answer is medial. Think of medial, middle, towards the midline. Lateral is away from the midline. Superior is toward your head. Distal is farther away from the point of attachment. The opposite of distal would be proximal, which would be in proximity to. Number 8, which plane divides the body into front and back portions? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? For number 8, what do we think for that one? Perfect. And the answer is going to be D. It's going to be frontal. Which plane divides the body into front and back? It is the frontal plane. This is also referred to as the coronal plane. The way that I was kind of thinking about coronal kind of sounds like crown. So if you were to crown somebody, you would look at them, and you're looking at their front, and you're crowning them from the front. Sagittal is left and right. Transverse is top and bottom. Oblique is diagonal. Number 9, which body cavity contains the bladder? A, B, C, or D for this one? A, B, C, or D? We're almost at 6,000 likes, guys. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. The answer here is C. It's our pelvic cavity. It is in the pelvic cavity. Your thoracic would have organs like your heart and lungs. Abdominal would be your stomach and mostly the intestines. Cranial is your brain. Number 10, which of the following best describes extrinsic regulation? Extrinsic regulation. A, B, C, or D for this one? Then, like I mentioned, I have anatomy and physiology notes on my website if you need some extra help, and I do have a practice test library. Membership with every single practice test I've ever done on TikTok Live, and I also have one-on-one tutoring too. If you have any questions about that or need a link to those, you can send me a message via Service Plus. If this goes away, it's the orange button in the bottom left corner. But number 10, The answer is B. It is regulation by the nervous or the endocrine system. Extrinsic regulation comes from outside of an organ, which would be your hormones in your endocrine system or from your nerves in your nervous system. Self-regulation at the organ level is what is referred to as intrinsic. Moving on, we have some true or false. You can just comment T or F or true or false, whatever one it is. Number 11, true or false. The diaphragm separates the thoracic and the abdominal cavities. Is that true or false? True or false? Also, there's over 900 of you in here now. Welcome in, everybody. We're on number 11. We're doing some anatomy and physiology 1, chapters 1 through 4 today. My name is Ollie. There's over 1,000 of you now. Holy crap. We're on number 11 now. The answer is true. The diaphragm is going to separate the thoracic and the abdominal cavities. Number 12, physiology studies form, anatomy studies function. Is this true or false? True or false? 1,100 and there's over 7,000 likes. Hello, everybody. It's so nice to meet you all. I'm Ollie. I go live here on TikTok multiple times a week to teach anatomy and physiology. Number 12, the answer is false. Physiology studies function. Anatomy studies form. So they're backwards. Number 13, true or false? Blood clotting is an example of positive feedback. Is this true or false? We kind of talked about this a little bit ago. Is this true or false? Blood clotting is an example of positive feedback. There's over 1,200 of you in here. Holy crap. Welcome, everybody. It's so nice to meet you all. 8K likes. This is true. Blood clotting is an example of positive feedback. We increase our clotting factors are going to increase the amount of clotting factors and platelets that we're trying to get to stop bleeding. I know it's a little bit confusing in that sense, but number 14, true or false? The antebrachial refers to the forearm. Is this true or false? A, B, C, or D? Thank you guys so much for the gifts as well. Number 14, true or false? It's over 1,300 of you in here. Welcome in, everybody. Number 14, the answer is true. The antebrachial is the forearm. Now, true or false? I always talk about how function is very relative to structure. So I have an example. Is this a correct example of a structure to function relationship? The alveoli are thin-walled to allow rapid gas exchange. Hey, Arthur Goddess. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Carmel. Hey, how's everyone doing? Hello. Is this true or false for number 15? Also, if I do miss any of your questions, Service Plus is the best way to get in contact with me. But this is true. They are thin-walled. When you get into the when you get into tissues, the thin-walled is going to be your tissue. That is your simple, squamous, epithelium. This allows for rapid gas exchange. This is a correct example of function relative to structure. Number 16, how can you neutralize an acidic solution? Moving into a little bit of chemistry questions now. Also, thank you guys so much for 10,000 likes on the live. You guys are awesome. You guys are absolutely crushing the like button. I appreciate all the participation as well. Like I mentioned, Service Plus is the best way to get in contact with me if I do miss your question. But number 16, how do you neutralize an acidic solution? The answer is C. You add a base. That's what neutralization is. So bases accept hydrogen ions and raise the pH more towards neutral. Adding more acid would make it acidic. Adding water would dilute it, but it would not neutralize it, and heating the solution would have no effect there. Number 17, the number of protons in an atom equals the what? What is it? A, B, C, or D for this one? What do you guys think? Also, thank you guys for 11,000 likes on the live. You guys are absolutely crushing it. I really appreciate it. Number 17, the answer is B. It is the atomic number. The atomic number. Number 18, what type of bond is found in NaCl? Or SALT. Which one is that going to be? A, B, C, or D? And like I also mentioned, if you need some extra help in A and P, I have notes whenever I was in the class. I got 100% on my final exams. And an A in the class. And then I also have a practice test, a library membership where I have access to every single TikTok live practice test that I've ever done. It has the blank version and the answer key, so you can go and practice it on your own. If you have any questions about that, you can reach out to me via Service Plus. Number 18, what type of bond is found in NaCl? The answer is C. It is ionic because NaCl forms we have a positive and a negative charge on our chloride that is held by our electrostatic attraction. Remember, A equals me, give me your electrons. Covalent is when you share electrons. Hydrogen are weak bonds between hydrogen and electronegative atoms, and metallic would be in metals. Moving on to the next page of questions here. Number 19. Hydrogen bonds are most important in which molecule? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? I'll also explain why. But there's over 1,400 of you here now. Welcome. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week teaching anatomy and physiology, giving you guys practice questions that your professors don't give you enough of. This is where you can get your practice. Practice makes perfect. We're going over A and P1 today, particularly chapters 1 through 4. I know a lot of people have exam 1 coming up, which is typically exams, chapters 1 through 4. So intro, chem, cell bio, and tissues. And then tomorrow I have a live stream at 2:30 p.m. EST. Please feel free to send me some suggestions. The answer is going to be water. Like I mentioned, with hydrogen bonds, they're very weak attractions. It is basically between hydrogen and oxygen, it's going to be more electronegative, which is going to give us our hydrogen bond there. Number 20, the normal blood pH is what? What is that range? A, B, C, or D? What is the normal blood pH? A, B, C, or D? We're also almost at 14,000 likes. So here's my schedule next week. I'll be live Monday and Tuesday. So every Monday I do HESI and T's. Every Monday I do A and P1, and every Tuesday I do A and P2. But number 20, the answer is C. Our normal blood pH is slightly basic in a way, but it's between 7.35 to 7.45. Number 21, which of the following is a polymer of monosaccharides? Which one is going to be a polymer of monosaccharides? A, B, C, or D? We're almost at 15,000 likes. Thank you all so much. The answer here is going to be a polysaccharide. Poly means many. Mono means one. Disaccharide would mean two. Number 22. What happens to the speed of a reaction as particle size decreases? So if we take particle size and we decrease it, what is going to happen to our reaction speed? A, B, C, or D? The answer is B. It will speed up. And vice versa. When you increase the size of a particle, you decrease this reaction speed. Number 23. Which lipid is the main structural component of membranes? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? Like I mentioned, I do have anatomy and physiology notes. If you need some extra practice and extra help, then a practice test library membership. Every single practice test that I've done on TikTok Live is on there. There's currently over 50 tests and 3,500 questions. I'm going to be adding at least 4 a week. This week, there should be at least 6 new tests, so I'm definitely going to try to get out as many tests on there. It's going to be an ever-growing library. But number 23, the answer is C. It is phospholipids. Phospholipids is the main structural component of membranes. Number 24, enzymes function by lowering what? What do enzymes lower? A, B, C, or D for this one? What do you guys think? Also, I think you guys, we're almost at 16,000 likes. You guys are absolutely crushing it. Number 24, what do you guys think for this one? Number 24, enzymes function by lowering C, our activation energy. They lower activation energy so they can function to speed up reactions. Number 25, which macromolecule contains genetic information? We have 4 macromolecules. Which one is going to contain our genetic information? The answer is C, it's nucleic acids. So again, our big 4 here are proteins, lipids, nucleic acids, and carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are short-term energy, lipids are long-term energy, and a little bit of structure. Proteins are mainly for structure. True or false? pH of 3 is more basic than a pH of 6. Is this true or false? True or false? Just comment T or F for true or false. The answer is false. A pH of 3 is not more. It is more acidic than a pH of 6. Number 27, true or false? Proteins are made of amino acids. Is this true or false? True or false? Thank you guys for 18,000 likes. The answer is true. I didn't mean to use my red pen. Proteins are made of amino acids. Amino acids build up to make proteins. Number 28, is this true or false? Water is a polar molecule. Is this true or false? The answer is true. Water is a polar molecule, with one side being more negative than the other and more positive on the other side. True or false? Covalent bonds transfer electrons. Ionic bonds share electrons. This is true or false? True or false? Also, we're almost at 20,000 likes in the live stream already, guys. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are really crushing it. Number 29, the answer is false. Covalent, I always say cooperate, so sharing ideas. So you share electrons. Ionic bonds, I equals me, give me your electrons. It's the transferring of electrons. Number 30, true or false? Buffers are important because they resist changes in pH, which is going to help maintain homeostasis. Is this true or false? Is this true or false? The answer is true. Buffers, so in your body, if your respiratory rate, for example, you have your hydrogen and then you have bicarbonate. Essentially, these buffers, your bicarbonate buffer system will help keep your pH, your blood pH, within that specific range that we covered earlier of 7.35 to 7.45. Number 31, which organelle is responsible for ATP production? A, B, C, or D for this one? What do you guys think? A, B, C, or D? The answer is C. It is the mitochondria. Mitochondria produces ATP, which is ATP, again, is adenosine triphosphate. So I'll put this in here. What this means is this molecule has 3 phosphate bonds, hence the tri. And we release energy by breaking these phosphate bonds. So when we take ATP, it goes into ADP. We lose a phosphate bond and it releases energy. And it does this through cellular respiration. Number 32, which organelle synthesizes proteins? Number 32, which organelle synthesizes proteins? A, B, C, or D? Like I mentioned, if you have any questions about the practice test library, please send me a DM via Service Plus. I also have one-on-one tutoring. And then notes on my, like I said, everything you can tap on my profile, it's all on my website. But number 32, the answer is A, it's ribosomes. Basically what happens there is ribosomes will take mRNA and we'll translate them into a protein. Number 33, what structure controls what enters and exits the cell? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D. We're almost at 25,000 likes on the live stream, guys. You guys are crushing it. Thank you all so much for being here today. Number 33, the answer is B. It is the plasma membrane. The plasma membrane has what we call selective permeability, giving it the characteristic of controlling what can enter and exit the cell. Number 34, what is the function of the cytoskeleton? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D for this one. What do you guys think? Also, we're at 25,000 likes now, guys. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are crushing it. I really appreciate it. Number 34, the answer is A. It is structural support and movement. If you think of the skeleton for your support and movement, your cells, so cell, skeleton, is also for the structural support and movement of your cell. Number 35, which statement is correct? Which statement is correct about passive and active transport? Which one is correct out of this? Also, we're at 26,000. Holy crap, guys. Fantastic. Active transport requires ATP. It needs energy to move against the concentration gradient. Number 36, another reaction here. Now, what happens to diffusion rate as particle size decreases? So diffusion. So when we have diffusion, what happens is we decrease the size of the particle. Fantastic. It'll speed up. We speed up. As you decrease the particle size, the easier it is to get across. Therefore, the diffusion rate will speed up. Number 37, DNA replication occurs during which phase of the cell cycle? During which phase of the cell cycle? A, B, C, or D? Like I also mentioned, I have A&P notes on my website if you need some extra help in the class. And then I have a practice test library where every single practice test I've ever done on TikTok Live, if you want to print them out, and there's the answer key at the end, you want to do them on your own, things like that, track your progress and whatnot, you can absolutely do so there. And I also have one-on-one tutoring, and they're all on my website. You can tap on my profile. Number 37, the answer is D. It is the S phase. The S phase is the section where we have DNA replication. Number 38, transcription produces which molecule? So we have transcription, and then we have another one as well. We'll talk about it in just a second, but what do you guys think for this one? Number 38. Number 38, what do we think? Transcription produces which molecule? Transcription produces which molecule? A, B, C, or D? The answer is mRNA. So we have transcription, and then we also have translation. So in transcription, this is the process, essentially, where we have a DNA template, and then we convert that and we make mRNA, and then a protein is made during translation. So we take that mRNA and we make it into a protein. Number 39, which organelle will modify and package proteins? Number 39, what do we think for that one? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think? A, B, C, or D? The answer is C. It is the Golgi apparatus, our little male center. The Golgi essentially is going to modify, it'll sort and package proteins for secretion or for other uses in the cells. The other one I think we haven't covered yet was smooth ER. Smooth ER, smooth, it's because rough ER is studded with ribosomes, so it's rough ER. But smooth ER synthesizes lipids. Number 40, it's also for detoxification as well. Number 40, what happens to the number of mitochondria as demand for ATP increases? What happens to mitochondria? What happens to the number of mitochondria? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for that one? So over 31,000 likes on the live already, guys. You guys are crushing it. Thank you all so much. Number 40. The answer is C. It increases. Let's think about this logically, right? Cells can produce more mitochondria to meet higher energy demands. Number 41, diffusion requires ATP. Is this true or false? You can just type T or F, whatever one works best for you. Is this true or false? Diffusion requires ATP. Diffusion requires ATP. Is this true or false? 32,000 likes. Thank you all so much. The answer is false. Diffusion is a passive process where particles will move down the concentration gradient. When we move against a concentration gradient, you require energy, but down a concentration gradient, no energy is required. Number 42, the nucleolus makes ribosomes. Is this true or false? Does it make ribosomes? True or false? For number 42. True or false? It's absolutely true. The nucleolus will synthesize rRNA and assemble ribosomal subunits, essentially. Number 43, true or false? Lysosomes are involved in intracellular digestion. True or false? The answer is true. So lysosomes do function for intracellular digestion, because if you think about digestion in general, when you break down food, you have enzymes that do that. Lysosomes contain enzymes that break down the macromolecules and cell debris. Number 44, the smooth ER synthesizes lipids, the rough ER synthesizes proteins. Is that true or false? Like I mentioned, I also have A&P notes on my website, and then I also have a practice test library membership where I have every single practice test I've done on TikTok Live. It's the blank version and the answer key, so you can print them out and do them on your own. And then I have one-on-one tutoring. If you have any questions about that or anything like that, just send me a DM via Service Plus. I'd be happy to answer your questions. But this is true. The smooth ER does synthesize lipids, and the rough ER has ribosomes, so it can synthesize proteins. The smoothie are, again, lipid synthesis, also steroid synthesis. Number 45, true or false, the plasma membrane maintains homeostasis by regulating transport. Is this true or false? True or false? We're almost at 35,000 likes on the live already. You guys are crushing it. Seriously, you guys are crushing it. It's insane. I really appreciate it, guys. But if you're new here or anything, I haven't introduced myself in a while. I'm Ollie. I go live multiple times a week teaching anatomy and physiology here on TikTok. I'm really here to give you guys practice questions that your professors don't give you enough of. I'm here to make anatomy and physiology finally make sense. Number 45, the answer is true. It will control the entry and exit of substances. Essentially, it functions to keep our internal conditions stable. Number 46, what type of tissue is found in the alveoli of the lungs? Moving into our tissues now. I know a lot of people are struggling with tissues lately. But number 46, what type of tissue is found in the alveoli of the lungs? I kind of talked about this very, very early on in the live stream. I used that as an example. But number 46. And I'll also talk, I know a lot of people get the two of them confused, so I'll go over the difference. But number 46, the answer is C, simple squamous. So we have stratified squamous and simple squamous. Simple squamous, simple means one layer, squamous means flat. Stratified means multiple layers, also flat. Basically, the thin walls that we talked about, because function relates to structure, the thin, flat cells allow for rapid gas exchange. Stratified squamous is more layered, so it'd be for protection. You see that in your skin and your esophagus. Cuboidal is found in your glands. Transitional would be in your bladder. Number 47, what tissue functions for absorption in the small intestine? And I will give you an example as well. Do I have TikTok live replays on YouTube? Yes, I do. You can tap on my profile to get my YouTube. I upload them normally about a week or two after. It kind of just depends on the processing time, but there's hours and hours and hours of all the old practice tests as well if you want to go back and watch. But if you want a PDF copy, it's on my website. If you don't want to go back and watch the videos, if you just want to take the test and practice it on your own. But number 47, talking about simple columnar epithelium. So why does it function for that simple columnar column-like one layer? It has microvilli that increase the surface area, which is going to increase absorption, and we have nutrient absorption in the small intestine, so you would obviously want to absorb as many nutrients as possible, so you have microvilli that create the folds to do so. Number 48, what is the difference between dense and loose connective tissue? What is the difference between dense and loose connective tissue? A, B, C, or D? I'm going to take a sip of my drink here. What's the website? It's MedSeg. It's on my profile. You can tap on my profile or send me a DM via Service Plus. I'll put it up here as well. 1 second. Here you are. You can send me a DM if you want the link sent to you as well. Just let me know what you're looking for, and I can help get the link to you. Number 48. The answer is D. Dense has more fibers. Loose has more ground substance. So dense has tightlier packed fibers to create strength. Loose has more ground substance. Ground substance is kind of like gel-like to create cushioning. Number 49, goblet cells secrete what? Goblet cells secrete what? A, B, C, or D for number 49. We're almost at 40,000 likes on the live today, guys. You guys are absolutely crushing it. Again, I do have like I mentioned, I just put it up there for Service Plus in the bottom left corner there. There's an orange button. You can send me a DM. I have A&P notes on my website if you need some extra help. You're not sure how to make notes or you don't have time to make notes. I've made them for you already. And then I have a practice test library membership where it has every single practice test I've ever done on TikTok Live. There's over 50 on there already. I'm going to be adding at least 4 a week. There should be at least 6 coming up this week, so I'm going to try to get as many on there as possible. It's going to be an ever-growing library of tests. You're learning the histology right now. Awesome, perfect. The answer is C here. It's mucus. So goblet cells are specialized for mucus production. Number 50, where is dense, irregular connective tissue found? A, B, C, or D? Where is dense, irregular? Irregular. We can talk about the regular versus regular as well. Irregular versus regular. The answer is C. It is the dermis of the skin. So, Well, actually, let me answer this next question here, and then we'll talk about it. Number 51, what tissue gives high tensile strength and is tough? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? Question 48. Yep, right there. What is the difference between dense and loose connective tissue? Dense has more fibers. Loose has more ground substance. Number 51. The answer is B. Dense, regular connective tissue. So we have regular versus irregular. Regular, the fibers are aligned in one direction to basically resist the pulling forces, like tendons. The dermis of the skin is basically to resist forces in multiple directions. So one direction is more parallel. The fibers kind of run like this. Irregular, they're kind of everywhere. It's in your skin because if you think about it right here, if I, for example, when I'm moving my skin around, it's basically resisting force, and it has to resist force in multiple directions. Number 52. Where is hyaline cartilage found? A, B, C, or D? 52. Where is hyaline cartilage found? Again, it's going to create that smooth surface, and where do we want those smooth surfaces at? I've tutored all day, so my throat is starting to get scratchy. But number 52. The answer is B. The ends of long bones, like I mentioned, hyaline cartilage is going to provide a smooth surface so that joints can move a lot easier. Ear, that's where your elastic cartilage is going to be. Intervertebral disc, you'll have your fibrocartilage, and same thing with your pubic symphysis. Number 53, which connective tissue is going to store fat? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D for this one. What do you guys think? Almost at 39. Thank you so much, Kimchi, for the rose. Thank you guys so much for the gifts. Sometimes I do miss it. I miss the comments and stuff. If you've given a gift, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the likes and comments and participation and follows. It's so nice to meet you all. And welcome back if you've been here before. It's good to see you again. The answer here is adipose tissue. Adipose tissue is fat. Number 54. What muscle type is voluntary? A, B, C, or D? What muscle type is voluntary? A, B, C, or D? The answer is C. It is skeletal. Skeletal muscle is voluntary. You're consciously controlling it. Number 55. Which tissue has the fastest healing ability? What tissue has the fastest healing ability? A, B, C, or D? And like I mentioned, A&P notes are on my website if you need some extra help or don't have time to make notes. And then I have a practice test library with every single practice test I've ever done. So you can print them out and practice them on your own. The answer is going to be A. It's going to be epithelial. Basically, there is a high cell turnover. Connective, muscular, nervous feel very much slower. Last 5 questions here. True or false? Skeletal muscles do not have striations. Is that true or false? Cover patho content? Occasionally, yeah, we occasionally cover some patho content. If you would like to send me a DM with any suggestions, you can do so via Service Plus. I do go through my DMs every morning, and I take the majority. And so I put them in the questions with. If you need, if I didn't go over something that you needed me to go over, that's what the one-on-one tutoring is for. You can also ask me about that as well. Number 56, the answer is false. Skeletal muscles do have striations. That's what's going to give you your organized repeating of sarcomeres. Number 57, true or false? Cardiac muscle has intercalated discs. Is that true or false? This is absolutely true. This is so. You can have, again, you have your heart rate, right? You can have synchronized contractions because of this. All right. Number 58, true or false? Epithelial tissue covers surfaces, connective tissue supports and connects. True or false? Oh, wait, I skipped one, didn't I? I did skip one. Anyway, my bad. We'll go back. Number 59, true or false? 59 was true. Epithelial does cover surfaces. Connective does support. Number 58, though, nervous tissue includes neurons and neuroglia. The answer was true for that one too. Neuroglia are cells that support neurons. Neurons are what are actually transmitting the signal. Neuroglia help support them do so. And there's also some immunity in there as well. Last question, everybody. The cardiac muscles branching arrangement allows for coordinated contractions. True or false? This is true. The branches do allow for coordinated contractions. That is absolutely true. Thank you. Those were all the questions I had today, guys. Thank you all so much for being here today. Thank you. Real quick, I'll go over my schedule for the rest of the weekend, potentially next week as well. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I'm going to flip the camera around here in just a moment and show my face again and say hello. But I'll be live again, and you can register. It'll say on my profile after this ends. It'll be 2:30 tomorrow, which is Friday. This is EST. It'll say, if you go to my profile, it'll say live event scheduled, and it'll say 2:30. You can click on it, and I hit register, and I believe it'll send you a notification when I go live. Other than that, you can hit the notification bell. If you go to my profile, it's in the top right corner. And then you can hit, basically you can have it set to when I just go live. If you want to put it live when I do posts as well, you can. But I do a lot of live streams. I go live multiple times a week. So Saturday, I'm actually probably going to do a live. I'm actually going to do it now, but I don't know what time it's going to start yet. It depends on something. It depends on my tutoring. But it'll start between 1 and 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. Sunday live stream is TBD. I'll let you guys know tomorrow or Saturday. And then I will be live Monday and Tuesday next week. ANP1 is always on Monday. ANP2 is always on Tuesday. These are going to be 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I will be live most likely Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday next week. The times are TBD. I will announce those as soon as I have them. Hopefully by Sunday. So by Sunday and Monday, you'll hear the times for the rest of the week. It kind of just depends on tutoring and other schedule and work and stuff. So I try to go live as much as I can. I'm going to try to do, I've been trying to go live outside of my scheduled times too. I'm calling them pop quizzes. I did a couple this week. But if you have any suggestions for the live streams, I take them via Service Plus. I'm going to put it up here as well. If you also have any questions for Service Plus as well, I do have anatomy and physiology notes whenever I was in the class. I got an A in the class and 100% on my final exam. They're the exact notes when I was in the class. And I have a practice test library membership now on my website. It has access to every single practice test I've ever done on TikTok Live, the blank test and the answer key at the end. So you can go and print them out and practice them on your own. So ANP1 is every Monday, ANP2 is every Tuesday, and then I might do some ANP2 content probably tomorrow and Saturday as well. It's kind of a mix of everything, just to try to make sure I get everybody some help. Again, I try to tailor the live streams to the majority of people. So again, these are suggestions. If you need personalized things, if you don't get questions that are not personalized, that's what the tutoring is for. I do tutoring for that, and that's what I offer via my tutoring services. Those are on my website as well. If you have any questions about that, you can always send me a DM via Service Plus. That went away, so it's in the bottom left corner there. It's the orange button. But here's my schedule again. I'm also going to pull up what the practice test library looks like, so you have an idea of what it'll look like when you join and stuff. And I got to upload the one from today still. That one should be up probably within the next 30 minutes, probably within 30 minutes of me ending the live stream. But I'm about to pull this up and then also stick the camera around and say hello to everybody, because I love saying hello. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, perfect. Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm Ollie. I'm the guy that's just been yapping to you for the last hour about anatomy and physiology. My student, not currently a student, I actually graduated with my master's degree in molecular medicine, and potentially working on PhD applications, depending on the funding. Hi, hello, everybody. Hello. If I look over here, it's because I have my laptop up, and I keep the comment section up over here as well. Vapid Labs as well? Yeah, absolutely. I just tutored some people today in labs, so thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks again. Hey, Candy K, good to see you again. Paula, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Awesome. Getting your master's in neuroscience. It's awesome, Ellie. That's super cool. I have a friend I think they finished their neuroscience master's not last year, but the year before. They absolutely loved it. What time do I normally go live? Normally 4:30. Although tomorrow will be 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will always say on my profile, if you go to my profile, and then it'll say live event scheduled, and it'll say the time. So it'll say, as soon as this live ends, it's going to say next live event scheduled, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you're EST, and it should say your time. You'll be back? Awesome. Thank you, Elliot. Hi, Monica. Hey, good to see you. Nice to meet you all if you're new here. I'll stick around and answer some questions as well if you guys have any and things like that. But thank you all so much, seriously, for being here. What did we get? We ended at like 43,000 likes. That's crazy. There's still over 500 of you in here. I saw it was almost like 1,400 of you in here at one point. I really appreciate it, seriously. The live streams are my favorite thing to do in the day, so any support in them, it means the absolute world to me. But I'll stick around for any questions, things like that. Thank you guys so much for all the follows today as well. Seriously, it's always lovely meeting you all. Is class for future nurses? Yeah, absolutely. Nurses have to take anatomy and physiology. You got to take the HESI and T's. That has anatomy and physiology on it and things like that. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm actually about to put up something here if you guys have. If you need some extra help in AMP and need some notes, I have that. I have a practice test library. How many hours to study for AMP1? I'm actually going to post a video for that relatively shortly. I'll go over that as well. But what the practice test looks like is once you join, it has the instructions for how to download. But basically, you go through. And make it a little bigger. So all of these little black buttons here are tests that I've done in the past. So this is September, that's August, that's July, and that is June. I haven't uploaded the one from today yet. I'm going to upload it within the like 15-30 minutes of me ending this live stream, so it'll be up there. But basically, once you join, you'll get access to all this, and then you click it, and then it'll take you to the practice test I did that day. It'll be the blank version, and then when you scroll all the way down, it'll have the answer key at the end. That way you can print this out, you can practice and get all your own practice, things like that. So I know in here it's kind of like you have me here to explain it, but sometimes, it's not about what I understand and what I can tell you here in the live stream. It's about what you can do on your own too. Thank you for being here. There's a link on TikTok. Yeah, it's on my profile. In the bottom left corner, it's an orange button. You can send me a DM if you want. I can just send you the link as well if you're having trouble finding it and stuff. But besides that, that's my website. It's MedZeg. It's so you can tap on my TikTok profile or in the bottom left corner there. Service Plus. It's the orange button. You can send me a DM. I'll send you the link. I try to get to everybody's DMs after the live streams as much as I can and whatnot. But yeah, I'll stick around for any questions if you guys have any. I got a couple minutes here, so link. Yeah, I can send you the link. Yeah, you just use Service Plus. I'll happily get you that link. It's the orange button in the bottom left corner. That's how I can send you the link if you want it sent to you. But it's my practice test library membership. It has, like I said, it has all of my tests from TikTok Live. It's the blank version. Do I do medical terminology? Yes, I do. There's already some medical terminology ones up there. Not many people have been asking for medical terminology lately, but I'll probably do another one of those live streams soon. But there's a couple tests on there already, and I've done this in the past, and they're also on YouTube as well. But any other questions and things like that, I'm happy to answer some. I got some time, so I can definitely stick around. Seriously, thank you all so much. What are we? 46,000 likes. Nice as well. Yeah, thank you guys. If you are new here, it's nice to meet you. I'm Ollie. If you haven't heard me say it already, these are the practice test live streams. I do these multiple times a week. I do them at least 4 times a week. I've been trying to do it more. I think this is actually like number 6 this week. And then I'm doing one tomorrow. Yeah, I've been trying to do more because I know midterms are coming up, exams are coming up, so I've been really trying to ramp up the live streams to give people as much practice as possible. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions and things like that. You can stick around here for a minute. If you have any questions about the notes, or if you have any questions about the practice test library, I can show you what some of the notes look like. And it's like I'll pull them up. They're the notes whenever I was in the class. They're all my handwritten. They're digital, so you can get them like right away. Stuff like that, but kind of what it looks like so far. It's kind of hard to see with the glare, but let me pull them up here. But yeah, this is kind of what they look like. I know the ANP1 bundle is like 120 some pages. They have all my notes, all my drawings for whenever I was in the class. 3 columns. Fridays and Mondays is ANP1. Tuesdays ANP2. The rest of the week is typically by the majority of what is requesting. The equations in the vessels. Yeah. Today was, which was highly requested, was chapters 1 through 4. So intro, chem for A and P, cell bio for A and P, and then tissues. Again, I take the majority of what gets suggested via Service Plus and the DMs and stuff. I write down what everyone's been requesting the most of, and I try to get everything as well. Reading by minutes, they're on my website. You can tap on my profile there, or if it'll let me put it back up again. Yes. Here, hold on. I can send you the link to my website. Yep, here. It's called Service Plus. If this goes away, there's an orange button in the bottom left corner there. That is the best way to get in contact with me and give me a DM. I can send you the link to my website and stuff. So I'd happily do that. I try to get to everybody by the end of the night. I have another a tutoring session to get to tonight too, and I have some emails to respond to. But I promise I'll try to get to you by the end of the night and whatnot. But thank you all so much. Seriously, you guys are awesome. Thanks for all the follows as well. I'm trying to think of what else to say. Is there anything that I've missed today? I know that I've said thank you. I'm kind of a broken record, but seriously, I do appreciate you guys. These are my favorite part of my day. I do look forward to it. It's always fun connecting with you. I do try to remember names as well. If your username, if you're in here pretty frequently, and try to at least say hello to you when I see your name pop up, things like that. A lot of you are just the nicest people in the world. It's seriously so cool. But if there's no other questions, I'm gonna get going. If there are any other questions, you guys can send me an email. It's in my profile. Hart said, "Thank you. I'm an ANP1, but I have to take the TEAS exam. I'm nervous. Definitely help refresh." Awesome. That's awesome. Good luck on your was TEAS. When do you take it? I'm doing ANP1 and ANP2 for the HESI and TEAS because they're pretty close in similarity in terms of the topics, at least. But I do those every Monday and Tuesday, so if you're here every Monday and Tuesday, you will definitely hammer your ANP 1 and 2. Have a great rest of your day. Hey, MC, have a great rest of your day as well. Hopefully I'll see you this weekend on the live streams. But thanks for joining. It's good to see your name pop up again. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Cardiac notes. Yeah, I do. I have so I have a chapter for the cardiac system and cardiovascular. I have a chapter on, so I have the blood, I have the heart, blood vessels, and then I also have a cardiac cycle chart, which that one is basically going over the cardiac cycle and stuff. I think I'm not sure I'm taking it, but you're taking it for diagnostic medical sonography. Oh, super cool. Yeah, no. A lot of people that have been in the live streams and people that I've been tutoring have been going into it, and they absolutely love it. So you definitely picked something good. God bless, man. Samanistan. Stay strong. Root up. Suit up and fruit up. I love that. Same thing to you, brother. Same thing to you. Appreciate that. That's so funny. But any other questions here? I know I talked for a little bit longer. You're struggling with tissues in the integumentary system. Okay. With tissues, so for tissues, how I always kind of recommend is learning the terminology. Is there a way to request? Yeah. Like I mentioned, it was, let me see if it'll let me put it up again, but if not, it's in the bottom left corner. It's the orange button, Service Plus. I've been trying to do a lot of integumentary system and histology stuff. I did 2 exams this week already earlier. I'm not sure if you were here for those. They should be on YouTube in a week or so. When's your exam for that? You said you were in, let me try to remember what you said. You said you were in AMP1. But I have notes for those as well. I did practice tests. Like I said, it's in my practice test library. I'll definitely be doing more of it soon. TEAS exam. Okay, that's right. Yeah, TEAS exam. And then you said you were in AMP1 too, right? Did I miss that? Yeah, you're in AMP1, but you took the TEAS. Okay, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I should be doing. There should definitely be more tissues in a integumentary system question by the end of this weekend for sure. If I don't get to it, I might actually end up doing, because so many people are doing it right now, I might end up doing another tissue and integumentary system questionnaire on Sunday if I do go live. It's TBD, but if I do another one specific for that, it'll be Sunday, because I've already done it twice this week, and I did tissues again today and on Monday, so it's been 4 times this week. Okay, Kimchi said your class is on tissues and integumentary system right now. Labeling. I unfortunately cannot do labeling for some reason. Every time I do labeling practice with tutoring. The reason being is, for whatever the reason, when I put labeling on the live stream, it gets flagged by YouTube or by TikTok, and it shuts my live stream off. I don't know why. Most of it's because it says like inappropriate images, but most of them are never. Mostly they're just like the bones or tissues. So that's why I don't. But yeah, I have been doing tutoring sessions lately with Lab and going over pictures and practicing, helping them label and stuff. Lydia said, great finding. You have an exam next week. Awesome. Good luck next week, Lydia. Which is your exam also on the tissues and integumentary system? But what my tissue chapter looks like, I have them up here. I guess I'll put it sideways. But it's got the tissues. You have it on tissues as well. Let me see if it'll... yeah, I have all the tissues and whatnot. I have a little table with all, where they're located, what their function is, and things like that. But that's what my tissue notes look like. My integumentary system notes. I actually have from my models. I have my models, and then I have some stuff on the nails. Trying to see. That's the epidermis, the epidermal layers. This is a 12.9-inch iPad. I do like the bigger screen. It feels more like a notebook when I have the bigger screen, so I went with that one. And then also in my practice test library, I have plenty of questions. Let me see how many I've done in the last week. So in this month alone, so I did on September 23rd I had one, on September 5th I had one, September 19th I've had one, September 18th. So yeah, 3. Okay. We can definitely do some more. I know a lot of people are in that right now, so we can definitely keep doing some more. Your first lab on blood circulation, vein and arteries, endocrine system. When is your first lab exam? I can try to get some questions for that. I know a lot of people are kind of around circulation and blood and stuff, so I might potentially focus my live on that this weekend. I know I've been doing a lot of A&P1, but your skin system, ocean nervous. Okay, Monday. I'm going to be live. I'm going to start sometime between 1 and 1:30 p.m. on Saturday, Eastern Standard Time. I'd probably go pretty in-depth on Saturday. Yes? Okay. Good Eastern Standard Time. So, also, if there's any particular thing about it, definitely send me. So this is, if you guys have any questions or things like that. Sorry, what was your name? It's so tiny on the screen. So send me about the blood and the lab and stuff. I can't do pictures, but I'll do practice questions. If you want, or send me an email or something with stuff. Send me it here. This is the best way to ask questions. Can I explain the study notes, Scott, and the other one? So practice test. So they're two separate different things. So for the notes, they're digital notes. So you can download them. They'll basically, when you buy them, what happens is it'll send a download link right away. It'll send it to the email that you also purchase it with or whatever. But if there's an issue, I'll just email to you if there's any issue downloading or things like that. But the notes are my handwritten notes they're digital. It's kind of hard to see here sometimes with the lighting. Yeah, I think it's adjusting. They're all my handwritten notes and things like that. I have mnemonics in there. Any little thing that I marked down as kind of higher yield. I do have some practice questions in there, but they're kind of they more look like this. They were questions that I just asked kind of throughout that I'd have basically the reason why they look like this is because for these practice questions, I had a really good study partner. Shout out my guy Peter, but he would essentially read these questions off to me. For example, in the integumentary system, I have what receptor responds to deep touch, and he would ask me what receptor responds to deep touch. I would respond with Pacinian corpuscles. Does that make sense? Or tutor? Yes, I do tutor. It's on my website as well. You can send a message via Service Plus, basically. So I don't go over models because TikTok doesn't let me, unfortunately. So I only go over models and tutoring. Although I've been thinking about moving some of those type of things to YouTube and trying to see if I do. So I do live streams on YouTube. I was thinking about doing live streams on TikTok, and I was thinking about doing models live streams on YouTube and trying to figure out how to do that. Someone asked me a question. Let me make sure I didn't miss your question. Oh, and then like I mentioned, the practice test. So basically, if you were in the live stream today and we went over all the practice questions, like we did here with all these, basically all of these are on my website. So the practice test library is, I add to it like every time I do a live stream. So this test isn't up there right now, but it's as soon as I end the live, it's going to be up there within the next like 15 to 30 minutes. That's the difference really. So there's practice questions in the notes, but they're not like this, like I do in the live streams. Were there any questions? Who asked that question? Kimchi, let me know if that helped if that answered your question at all. Am I a nurse? I am not a nurse. I have my master's degree in molecular medicine. So I did research in urinary bladder cancer and non-small cell lung cancer. I've had study testing cancer anytime. The study, so like the practice test membership, yeah. So it's like, does that make sense? So the notes are downloads. So those are like, once you buy it, you buy it. But the practice test thing is like, you get access, it's like by month. So you can like join and then cancel like whenever. There should be, like I said, I do at least 4 new a week. Which this week there's 6. There's going to be at least 6 new tests on there this week. Potentially 7. So at least at a minimum of 16 new tests on there a month. But yeah, you can the practice test library membership is like what you can like cancel at any point. So you're not like locked into that forever. It's just like a monthly thing. But the notes are kind of like once you buy that, you buy that. Those are like that's just because they're digital. How do I study? I honestly, the way I study now is very different. It depends on like how. For A and P, anatomy is what things are and where things are. So for what things are, I think flashcards are for the best. So terms. Where things are is to practice labeling. How things work, which is the physiology, is to practice explaining things. The 3 months in cancer. Yes, Kimchi, yeah. So if you get 3 months and then cancel, it should... Because I think someone else also did that recently. But yeah, if you do it for 3 months, you'll have it, yeah. So you can do it for 3 months. And then it's like $15 a month, but with the 3 months, it's like $5 off. So it's $40 for 3 months. So you can get 3 month access, and then I think you cancel it. You'll still have access for those 3 months. Oh, you're a certified pharmacy tech. Hey, that's awesome. I was a pharmacy tech for 4.5 years. It put me through school, so I know that you work very hard. But it's not the same as TEAS. It'll definitely help you a lot, though. It's absolutely going to help you a lot. Let me see. That's so cool. Well, I know you work hard. Thank you. I know that you work super hard as a pharmacy tech. I want to learn so badly. Yeah, I've been kind of doing more videos. How you don't know how to study. Yeah, I've been actually trying to like make some more videos about how to study, and just like in general. Like I don't know if you're definitely if you're in a class or whatnot. How old am I? I'm 24. I'm 24 and I have my master's degree in molecular medicine. But the way that I kind of learn now is I always I don't have as much time to take notes anymore because I've worked. So when you don't have enough time to make notes, you kind of got to make them a little more efficiently. And I've gotten pretty good at kind of just seeing things one time and learning it and then moving on and then knowing when and if I need to come back to it. Because in grad school, it's a lot of papers and I did have a lot of exams. Grad school for me was a lot of paper. I had every single week, I had an exam, I had a paper, and I had a presentation for 2 or 3 classes each. So most of my papers and study guides, most of my papers and presentations were kind of like somewhat similar to my exams. So you hate exams? I've actually kind of grown to I don't like studying as much anymore. I like writing and like producing in a sense. I grew to really enjoy writing papers in grad school. It was like so much fun and doing all the research and writing the manuscripts and things like that. But yeah, I don't like exams anymore. love music, love writing. Oh, that's so cool. I'm a big AJR fan. I don't have the post. I have a poster up there of their recent album. I love writing. I love scientific writing. I'm not like the most creative person when it comes to like an English class paper, but those scientific papers, I can bang those out. I am very good at those. I love doing those. But yeah, when it comes to learning, the biggest thing is you learn when your brain is essentially kind of like a framework of information and experiences. My YouTube videos are blurry. Kind of depends. They're live stream videos, so sometimes they might be. But yeah, they're replays of the live stream and things like that. So, are there any apps that you can use to study AMP1? I don't really think there's a magical app. I think like 3D anatomy apps can be helpful for learning the structures. But other than that, nothing really particular. Flashcards, you just Quizlet or Anki or physical ones. That's really just for terms, though. I don't recommend learning concepts with flashcards. But on my YouTube videos, for the most part, I don't go through and rewatch the whole thing just because I don't have the time for that. But again, they're replays of they're live stream replays, so the quality is just going to be what the quality is. Tips for studying the concept, like I mentioned, explaining things out loud. So with like, for example, when I have like my notes, how my notes, I would always kind of make them in a way that they were kind of almost like a checklist. So if I were to look at, in my blue was always like the question that I was trying to ask myself. So developmental aspects of the integumentary system, adolescent to adult. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, what developmental aspects do we have from adolescent to adult? And there's 3 here. It's where basically like from like when you're an adolescent, your hair becomes oilier and acne. Your skin can show like some environmental things around age 30, scaling and dermatitis. Basically, what I would do is I would look away and explain exactly that. So when you're looking at something, when you're learning a concept, if you're looking at the answer, you are just recognizing the concept. When I look away and I explain to you that the changes from adolescent to adult, where your hair becomes oilier, you may produce acne, environment may have some changes by the time you're 30, dermatitis may be present, that's actually studying. I was able to recall that because I'm not looking at this. That's kind of like the best way is recall from your memory. I do bones as well. Occasionally, yeah, I've been trying to get some videos out on bones as well. Whatever it is that you hope you excel in whatever it is. Thank you, I appreciate it. I want to get my PhD, but the funding is not so good right now. But we'll see. Eventually, one day. I've been enjoying what I do now, and that's tutoring and teaching AMP. So I'm happy. I will do more research in the future. But I am going to get going now, guys. Thank you guys for 52,000 likes. I'll be live tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I mentioned, all on my website. If you guys have any questions about that, about my notes, or how to get the link, or the practice test library, send me a DM. It's down here. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Seriously, I love you guys. I love doing these live streams. I'm gonna try to do as many as possible here with midterms and exams coming up, things like that. So, thank you guys. Thank you. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I hope to see you in a future live stream. Thank you all.